We'll go live in about 30 seconds. Okay. The hell with it. I'm in charge. We're going to start now. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Probate Weekly. I'm Bill Gross, probateweekly.com. I'm at Bill Gross Probate on social media. We do this call live every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. We live stream it onto Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Rumble, Twitter, Twitch, every place I can send it for free. I use the StreamYard platform to do that. And normally, I'd say about 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 episodes, we do interviews of those mostly with attorneys around the country. I've interviewed over 100 attorneys in about 10 different states, also vendors, top producers. And once in a while, it's about 1 in 20, 1 in 10, about once a quarter, I do what I call content piece. And it's interesting, my virtual assistant noted that this is always the one that gets the most attention and the best results, even though it doesn't help me with my business. You know, when I talk and share, I want to help. I want to build my team. I want to build my community. But I, use obviously the interviews I do with attorneys to help me promote my business, and same with the vendors. But I do know that these are popular, and I think really help agents take the entertainment that we do and the education that we do and turn it into business. And so today we did have a cancellation. I thought, and she said, rather than reschedule somebody else, and we're really booked up through July with guests every week. So it's not insignificant that we decided that we would do this topic today because it was so popular last time I ran it, which is free resources for those of you looking to build your probate business. Now, there are a lot of different programs that charge you money, coaching, and I'm big on coaching if you can afford it. I'm big on investing in your business if you can afford it, because you want to get a return on your investment. That's the key to the whole process. But you can't get a return without investing, and you have to invest either time or money. But a lot that said, many of you have taken different classes or the process of taking classes and want more. And I'm going to give you the resources, the tools, so to speak. Imagine during the California gold rush, you crossed the country or the continent to get here, or came from another country to get here. But you need some Pixis, some Axis, but you also need the resources, the tools to do your job. And so think of these resources I give you today as the tools to do your job. And so I like ones that are free. Now, before we get started, though, permission to be real with you, because it's my call. I pay for it. I do it. If you really want just to be sugar-coated, everything's great, rainbows, unicorns, it's easy, here's an easy way to make money, that's not my version. That's not my experience. I've been in this business since 1986. Real estate was originally a business for people who love the business, who loved helping people, who love the competition. And so it's competitive. Like anything of value, it's hard. This has been my word theme for this past week. I did a live program I do every month in Diamond Bar, and then Tuesday I did a coaching call with Probate Mastery. My theme for the week has really been the word hard. I think oftentimes we think easy is good and hard is bad. And I would say the opposite, that hard is the price you pay for something that's good in the long run. There's a traditional saying, I'm Jewish, that decadence is the false belief that the opposite of pain is pleasure. Because the opposite of pain is a lack of pain. The opposite of pleasure is the lack of pleasure. But pain is a price we pay for any real pleasure. And I'm going to tell you that my going from being in management and walking away from a high-paying job in management and recruiting and coaching to building a successful sales business was hard work. But I embraced that suck along the way. And along the way, I did things that other people weren't willing to do. And as a result, I have the results that they don't get. I'm going to share that with you today. I want to share just one other tool on that, or one other story on that same topic. Tony Robbins, one of my coaches, fantastic. At his live seminars, he has a rule. When somebody says they're frustrated, right, we're normally conditioned to go, oh, too bad you're frustrated. That's really the wrong approach. The right approach is to encourage me who's frustrated, because that means they're pushing up against the wall, and they keep pushing, they'll break through. That's where breakthroughs come, is pushing through that wall of frustration. And so in his seminars, when somebody says they're frustrated, He turns around and says he's frustrated, and the whole place stands up and gives a standing ovation because it's exciting to see somebody engaged in the battle. That's where we all want to be, engaged in the battle of having a great life. Now, again, I'm not selling you this is easy. I'm telling you it's worthwhile. I'm telling you it's a great investment and a great opportunity. And I'm going to tell you to do what I'm doing today, literally today. I'm not selling a coaching program because I'm not selling houses. I'm selling houses every day. Before I got in this call, I had to deal with my best client, unfortunately, has been in the hospital the last couple of days and filling in. He's a fiduciary on a large estate, handling some problems that most realtors don't get involved with. But I'm talking to vendors and customers because it is hard work, but that's what the value is. It's creating value for your customers. So today I want to give you some resources. Now, these are not easy. I'm not calling them magic pills. What I'm going to tell you is each of these are resources, I think, designed to help you in your business. They're all free to some level. And they're all tools that I use to build my business. I'm going to encourage you to do the same. So let's start off. If you're ready for that. Now, if you want the list of resources, if you're registered for this call through MailChimp, it's going to come out in tomorrow's email with a link to the replay. So if you get this replay link, it'll be right in there. If you're watching this live or today, look for tomorrow's email, click on that, and that will get you to the list of resources that are free and their links, okay? If you're not registered, go to probateweekly.com and register, and just put your email address, and we'll send you reminders when we do these. You can always unsubscribe. We use MailChimp as our provider. You also can scroll down and subscribe to this via audio or see past episodes if you want to. So with that said, let's get right into this. Let's get into tools that you can use to help you make more money. Number one, I want to say Probate Weekly, this podcast. I call it that for a reason. Now, if you want my coaching for free, I call it for a reason because I believe we all need to work on our probate business technology at least once a week. Our knowledge of the probate industry, our knowledge of the laws, practices, procedures, attorneys, best providers, best practices. So the goal is to at least learn an hour a week if you're not doing that already. I listen to several. I read a lot. I read everything I can get my hands on. I'm an affiliate with my bar associations, a couple of them. I watch their webinars. But if you don't have all that for free, you can join Probate Weekly, where I normally interview an attorney once a week. Sometimes people say, well, why do I care about an attorney? Like last week in North Carolina, I'm in California. The answer is that attorney is brilliant. You're not going to be able to get him on the phone and have a conversation with him unless you know how he thinks and how he talks. My interview is to help train you to have those conversations yourself with your attorneys wherever you are. Also, you can get in the chat box on this call and make comments and put out your contact information. In fact, those you're watching right now, I see a bunch of you are live watching on YouTube or Facebook. Feel free to put in the chat box your contact info so that we can work together. If you're in another state, we have a referral, we can work together. If we need an attorney in your state, we'll call you and you can help build your network with your attorneys. So Probate Weekly is designed to learn and educate. It's learned to help you get referrals. It's also designed to help you implement, because you'll notice I often get agents who'll come on the call and tell me they're doing something, and I'll ask them to report it back. Why do I do that? To give them an accountability mechanism. Use this call as that mechanism to push yourself to implement things you know you're supposed to do. And you can watch the past episodes at episodes.probateweekly.com. So again, I created this to be a tool to train my team. I have 47 agents on my team. I have probate agents in 3 states, and I'd love to have more. But I created this among the other things. Tracy, thank you so much. She says that you watch me every week, and you zoom into Ventura County Probate Court to watch the cases every week. Tracy, good for you. So Tracy happens to be in a county where the probate court puts the cases online and allows you to watch it for free or however it is she does it. How about in your areas? Do you guys do that as well? So good for you, Tracy. Thanks for sharing that hot tip in Ventura County. Thanks for sharing the initiative you do. And thanks for watching. I appreciate that. So that's tool number 1, Probate Weekly. Free. Number 2, my YouTube channel. Well, Bill, you're just promoting yourself. Yeah, but I'm doing it to create value. So I've taken some of the key attorneys and clipped the videos into pieces you can digest more easily. I also interview other vendors. I've interviewed multiple probate coaches, so you can evaluate them. Multiple data companies. It's funny how they don't want to be interviewed, just FYI. Multiple vendors that you can use for your business. I've had attorneys tell me that because of being on my show, vendors have contacted them and do business with them as a result. That's what it's designed for. So go on the YouTube channel, look at the videos of the vendors, see if there are vendors like that in your area. Last week I interviewed, or 2 weeks ago, jetsurety.com, which is a bond company. We're going to talk about that in a second. I interviewed them. If you watched the video, you would have jumped on them to get their content for free on how to where probate bonds fit in the picture, so you can share that with your database. So again, I have interviews, I have tools, I have services. I'd love for you to subscribe and like. Now, if there's more content you want to see to help you in your probate business, let me know. One thing I've thought about is doing live coaching calls with agents one-on-one and posting with their permission. But if you have an idea of something that you think would be of value for you to watch on video, let me know. But the purpose of the YouTube channel in particular is obviously educational to my prospective customers, but most of my customers are attorneys or referral sources. So I'm glad to prepare content that you can use to help your clients until you create your own. You can use mine. What is a probate? What is this? What is that? What is a trustee? All those are videos I've done on my YouTube channel that you can repurpose. You can copy them. I don't care. Share, copy the whole playlist into yours or redo them all, imitate. I don't really care. But the goal here is that we should be working together, creating great content so those of us working together control the business. So that's tool number 2 that's free. Number 3, my Probate Weekly Facebook group. Now, again, you're going to say, Bill, you're just promoting your own stuff. Well, yeah, of course I promote stuff because I believe in it. But I also designed it specifically to be more productive as agents. We have over 3,800 members. And I encourage you all, one of the challenges you all have on your content is not enough people watch your videos, not enough people watch your posts. Well, put your YouTube video in here. That's what my friend Kevin Bemmel does. And I've helped him launch his YouTube channel and his program. And he, for free, posts weekly every episode. And it's good content. I like what he does too. So I get education out of watching it. And he gets views. And for all of you who are doing any kind of probate or trust related, now I don't want open houses and I don't want standard real estate stuff. I really want to be probate focused or trust estate administration focused. But you all should be posting your stuff here. We also get leads. I can't handle them all. This one's in Ohio. I'm not licensed in Ohio. Right? Here's Courtney Rollins. I know his YouTube channel is blown up, and I believe part of it is he's posted here in our group, and you guys watch and enjoy his content. I know I watch his content, and I enjoy it. He's done a really, really good job. He's an investor in North Carolina. Here's another one. I like this one. Probate Explained. Courtney did where he went to court. Fantastic. I'm sorry, that isn't Courtney. This is Tobias McLeod. I encourage all of you to do a video just like that. Copy the ideas. When you say I don't have any ideas, go to Probate Weekly and see the ideas of what your colleagues are doing and share them. Obviously, I like my content there too. Feel free to like and watch it there. But some of the rest of you are putting your content in there. Not enough, I think. It's free. Did I mention free? You should take advantage of it. Okay, so that's tool 3 is the Facebook group. But you should learn there. You should promote your probate-related content there. There are leads there. There are people who need help with probate that you can refer to attorneys. There are people who need help with probate real estate that you can grab them. You're not stealing from me. The group is the group. I created the group and I own it, but I don't. We're all working this together. I don't check Facebook that often myself. I don't look at these. I get so many messages. And post your interviews there. When you say, well, I don't get enough views, here's a place to put it for free. I built my YouTube channel. I have one of the top, that I can identify, one of the top YouTube channels of real estate in the country. I saw a blog post of the top 20, and my numbers put me about number 16 of that group. I wasn't in the post. He didn't have me. They didn't have everybody. But, I have a YouTube channel with over 3,000 subscribers. And it's been great for my business. 2 things I did that many of you don't do. One is I posted in my company's, I'm with eXp Realty. We have a fantastic online tool that we share together. That helped me get a bunch of views. And the Facebook group was a phenomenal tool to help get more views. Brian Nolan. Okay, so he has 2 probate listings, put them on there today. So here's the thing. We don't promote the listings because, who knows where you are and we have a national audience. But what I do want to do is promote the story that gets you listings. Promote what you would put in your social media to get more business. The property's already listed for sale. You're getting your MLS. People who have buyers are going to look at it. But what I want to post in the Facebook group is the content you're going to use to get your next listing that's related to probate or trust. Put that in Probate Weekly as well as your other social media. My guess is I have a bigger following than most of you do. Feel free to use it. Successes, testimonials of your probate listing. Put them in there for sure. Put them in your own social media, put that on there as well. But just a property for sale, unless there's a story about the probate. Now that's different. Property that's a hoarder house or property that's unique, and you would do a video, again, that you would put on your own social media. Okay, let me try to be more clear, Brian. I'm sorry. I don't want to use Probate Weekly to promote the sale of property. That's what the MLS is for. I want to use Probate Weekly to help us build our business, create value for our customers on how we can solve their problems. So I would say on a probate listing, don't put the property listing there. Nobody really cares about that. That's your MLS is for. But put in there if you had to go to court about the property, or you had to file some sort of a document, or you had a conversation with the attorney that's interesting. But these are the things that you should also be sharing with your center of influence to get more probate listings or to find more probate attorneys. So the content you would use for marketing to get more business, that's what we want to put in the probate group, not the listing of the property for sale. And Brian, if it's not clear, call me offline and we'll talk about it in more detail. Okay, that's tool 3 with Probate Weekly, my YouTube channel, and the Facebook group. Now, those are all mine. Now we're getting some other people's stuff. Number 4, Executorium. EXECUTORIUM.com. I've had the proprietor of this on my show twice. Great guy, George Compton. I'll put it on a banner right now and you guys can see it. Executorium.com. It's a listing of all vendors for estate administrators and probate administrators. So how do you use this tool? Well, first, put yourself in there. You can get a free listing on Executorium. It's just one more link. It's one more link to your SEO, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, you can use this to build your roster. Find local vendors you may not know to add to your service list. Estate planners are on there. Estate sale companies, appraisers are on there. So you can find vendors who you can use to help you build your business on there. But also promote your partners on there. So, and I'll admit, I've not done enough of this, and I'm going to be doing this. I just got reminded of it. Is when I talk to local probate attorneys, hey, this is a great service. I think you should list yourself in there as a free service and send them the link as a free service to the people who give me business, i.e. attorneys, bond companies, probate advance companies, escrow title, things like that. So Executorium, you could do nothing but be the sales rep in your area for Executorium and sign up every vendor related to probate listings and make a business out of it, if you really think about it. And I did an interview with him a couple times on my YouTube channel. Great guy. He's coming back again, I think in September. Okay, so that's Executorium. And again, it's free. Now, what's not free is you got to do the work. But you've got to do the work anyhow. You've got to make phone calls anyhow. You got to talk to people anyhow. Imagine if you called every attorney who did probate in your marketplace and offered that free service. Wouldn't some appreciate it? Maybe from there it leads to a coffee or a lunch, or from there to some sort of relationship that ends up being business. That's what we're looking for. Number 5 is jetsurety.com. Now, this is a company that I put on my show a couple of weeks ago, I think. And a lot of you really haven't thought about this. Jetsurety.com. They do bonds. One of the key parts for most probates is the petitioner will need a bond, or many, let's say. And they have other types of bonds for administrators, for attorneys, for administrators of estates. But for probate bonds, one of the things is it costs money. Nobody really knows what it does. It really just protects the estate, not the. It doesn't really protect the administrator. It protects the estate. So if the administrator closes out, doesn't pay all the bills get paid. So it's a necessary evil in some cases. In California, almost all of them, unless the bond waives the. Unless the will waives the need for a bond, and the judge agrees to it, everyone needs at least a $200, a $20,000 bond that costs hundreds of dollars, and many cost more. I'm a probate estate right now where we have a $10 million probate bond, and being able to offer a second quote was very valuable, as you can imagine. Another reason why you might use them is they have a great blog. I just put the link on here to the blog post. So for those of you who say, well, I don't really know what to post about probate on my business, here I've already done it for you. You can just copy their material and post it yourself. Okay, let me go back real quick. I know I'm moving really fast here, guys. I'm excited. Brian gets it. I have a probate listing that was owned by Charlie Chaplin. There you go. Well, not only that, here, Brian, the real question is, how did a property that was owned by Charlie Chaplin get into probate? Now, it wasn't Charlie Chaplin's probate, but the story about the probate is interesting sometimes, right? It's amazing. Britney Spears is a famous case regarding conservatorships, which is in probate court. Famously, Jay Leno last month went to LA County Court to ask for a conservatorship for his wife. How did he not have a estate plan in place? Michael Jackson died without a will. Had to go through probate. So those are interesting stories. And if your property it touches on that, definitely very interesting. The fact that Charlie Chaplin's house he once owned, that's interesting on its own. That's a whole separate story. Tracy says, how do executors find that website? I haven't heard of it before regarding the executorium. So the answer there is, well, he's promoting it. It's an individual proprietor. But I would say to you, Tracy, you promote it in your area. I don't know where you do business. You're in Ventura County. But, Tracy, if you promoted and contacted every vendor in Ventura County, every attorney, every estate planner, every whatever, estate sales companies, appraisers, and said, hey, there's a free listing, eventually they'd all be on there. As they go on there, you could post them on Facebook or LinkedIn, hey, new addition to Executorium in the area. You would own if you did that, you would own the Ventura probate market. You would own it. It's free. Just saying. I've done a little bit of this. I'm telling you, people love you helping them promote for free. Brian says, is the video frozen for anybody else? I don't know that's frozen. That's the first comment. I hope not. And Tracy says, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it is. I think this is really, for some of you, like, okay, you got certified. Now what do you do? For some of you, this could be your whole business plan. Just call everybody in your market and offer free listing Executorium. You can just do that 2 or 3 hours a day. It's not a hard sale. You're not asking for money. You're just offering a service, right? Okay, that's number 5 on my list was Jet Surety. And again, Jet Surety is a tool in your toolbox, but also the content. Go through and learn about probate bonds and post that on your social media content for free. I get from agents all the time, well, I don't know what to post about probate. Well, there's some free, great content that attorneys will, if you understand it, don't post what you don't understand. Don't just copy and paste the material. Read it, learn about probate bond, one fact, and post that. Another fact, post that. Another fact, and post that. You probably have about 6 months worth of material. You could take their articles and divide it each into about 5 or 6 posts. Bite size for real estate agents and for attorneys. Okay. How are we doing so far? Is this helpful? Are these tools of value? Okay, next, number 6, coaching. What I would say to everybody here in this call who watches, anybody in real estate, I say to my team all the time, to transform in anything, you need 3 things, whether it be spiritually, this was my experience, becoming more religious, whether it be athletically and coaching in competitive sports that I participated in most of my life, whether it be in marriage, whether it be in business. To transform means to go from one form to another, go from single to married, from broke to rich, from amateur athlete to successful athlete, you need three things in any endeavor. One is you need a system, a process, or procedures. Maybe it's a book, right? Religiously, it's very commonly the book that has in there the systems, procedures, and processes you're supposed to follow. The book, number one. Number two, you need a community of people working with you. That's what I want to provide here on this call. That's what I want to provide on Probate Weekly. That's what I'm providing in the Facebook group, is that community that we work together. We need that. You can't transform without other people a little ahead of you to reach up towards, or a little behind you that you're helping them in exchange for the help that you get. Well, Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. Jeez. All of a sudden I'm getting super chats. I really appreciate you guys' support. I'm not looking for it, but I do. It does say you appreciate it, and I do appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Brian Nolan. So and the third thing is a coach, mentor, maybe rabbi, teacher, priest, pastor, whatever it is in your life spiritually. Somebody's ahead of you giving you the instructions. And so in business, typically there's a system, and there's a community of people in that system, and there's a coach. One of the companies, I think the best of the companies I've come across today is Probate Mastery. It has a history. It has great content. The proprietor, Bruce Hill, is fantastic. He's a great coach. And what I always tell people is consume the free material first, get some results, and reinvest money as you make money in this business. Don't go into debt. I really shouldn't say it like that, but I'm cautious to tell people spend money they don't have. But I do want to encourage you to reinvest in yourself, your most valuable asset to you. But until you're ready to do that, consume the free stuff. And so on Probate Mastery, if you go to probatemastery.com, he has a free mini course that kind of overviews probate. You all should watch that. I've watched it a couple times. There's a free Facebook group that he has. If you click on the website, Probate Mastery, on the top corner, there's a free probate Facebook group you can join. Again, community. And a free weekly call, and I coach it. Unlike this call, which is usually interview, that call is all question and answer. So literally, you can have a free coaching call every week with somebody who's making a living at this at a pretty high level, have been for 5 years, not telling you what worked 8 years ago, back when I was an agent, telling you what I'm doing today. Now, let me just say, and I try to be humble about this, I don't know everything. And I really only sell houses and list houses for sale in California, primarily LA County. I've sold all over California, but our market is very different. And LA County is very different than more rural counties across the country. But I will share with you what I'm doing, not what I did. I will share with you what's working for me now, not what worked 8 years ago. And I'll share with you what I find that's not working. Brian asks, do I know something about guilt marketing? It's when you bring something for the attorney hoping to earn his business. I don't know. I like that term. If that's a negative way you're expressing it, I would say it like this. I do know about creating value for people such that they want to be in a relationship with you. And I have several agents on my team who their business is going to law offices periodically and bringing food. We all love food, donuts, bagels, whatever. Bringing a piece of value. In the old days when I was in real estate, we had big offices. Title reps came by with a sheet every week with, different information, how to hold title, upcoming legal holidays, of value. Now we get some title reps who bring by football schedules and baseball schedules. I don't know. I thought that was frivolous, but I do think you can bring them a value something. Pens. We all could use extra pens. Books, pamphlets, invitations to events. So I don't know if I like the term guilt marketing or if you're using it on purpose to be negative or not. And I don't mean to argue about it, but I would definitely say, I think there's a whole business model. And I'm trying to add that to my team where I have some relationships already, but I can't get to them. I'm not going to drive to Pasadena to see an attorney regularly. I'm not going to drive to Long Beach. I'm in West Los Angeles. I'd love to have an agent on my team and create a route for them in Long Beach or another one in Pasadena. And all they did was every week hit 5 or 10 offices that I have established relations for them. but they're meeting the paralegals, they're meeting the front desk secretary, they're meeting the junior attorneys as well as the senior attorney. Or if it's a one-man shop, they're dropping off stuff there at the front desk, Starbucks or a bagel or something. So I think that's a great way to do business. Okay, going back to Probate Mastery though, so they have 3 things: a free mini course, a free Facebook group, and a free weekly coaching call, free. Now, they also have other things you can pay for, which are great. And I do think you should invest in the most important business, the most important asset in your business, which is you. But if you say, well, Bill, I don't have any money, that's all free. And I would recommend that strongly. Okay, next tool. Next tool is Scrivener.com. Now, this one's a little more advanced. This is one that I've interviewed as well, the proprietor on this call a couple times. Scrivener.com. Let me just put the banner up so you guys can see it. So this service does a couple things. One, it's kind of like a national attorney for probate. They have attorneys in multiple states. I had set this up with a company years ago, easy-probate.com. You might remember Brian Botris. He then was bought by trustandwill.com, which does mostly planning of estates to avoid probate. And they took over the probate and really have not done a good job for it. So I don't recommend that anymore. I recommend them for estate planning, not for probate administration. So then Byron then, after selling out, relaunched this business, Scrivener.com, that does a couple things. They do, in place of an attorney nationwide, a low-cost alternative in many cases. They'll be the fiduciary to help the customer. Maybe the customer, in many cases I find, inheriting just doesn't have the ability to handle the paperwork, the business of selling a house. And so they'll step in and act as the administrator, called being a fiduciary in many cases. They also advance money. They do probate advances, which I talk about a lot, or lend money to the state. In foreclosures, they'll pay off the arrears of a mortgage to avoid foreclosure, maybe make a couple months payments ahead of time. So those are some of the options. Scrivener.com also, go on their website, learn what they do. And those are services that you should be offering your customer. And then you're kind of outsourcing them through Scrivener or other companies. So I think it's a great website. It's a little advanced for some of the services you can offer in a way that can generate business for you by being of value to, for example, your attorney. I find many attorneys don't really know probate. And then they get, when they scramble to find a paralegal to help them, Scrivener can be that paralegal, and they'll charge them a fee and handle all the administration of the work on behalf of the attorney. And then maybe they'll also do advance, and they'll pay for the attorney's fees in advance. So definitely worth looking into Scrivener.com, and look at my interview on YouTube I did with Byron, the proprietor of Scrivener.com. Okay, that's tool number 7. Terry says, years ago, she started a spa service for your husband and son by delivering homemade cookies to local property managers every month, and we have more business we can handle. Yeah, I think that, I think the thing about that, Tracy, you'll tell me, but I think that's something that you have to think is of value, right? If you think your cookies are great, what's more delicious? Who doesn't like homemade cookies? Now, I also think it depends on your business and your value proposition. If you're a spa, cookies kind of go well with that kind of luxurious feeling, pampering yourself. I'd be careful if I was going to attorneys' offices. That would be more legalistic and professional. If I was going to, say, senior citizen relocation offices, maybe it'd be more cookies or something like that. So again, I think there's a lot of ways to run that business. And there's a lot of ways in any marketplace to have additional flavors of that same business. Meaning, if you went to every law office in my market area and gave them cookies, and I went to everyone regularly and gave them some flyer with good legal content, good ideas to help the paralegal, some are going to like you and some are going to like me. That's just how life works. So again, it should be authentic to you and your business. And so, yeah, so she says, bring your attorney's cookies. Okay, I'll go with that. Cookies. My style is more bagels. I'm Jewish, kind of fits the vibe, but we all have to do you. So thank you for the suggestions. And Tracy, I'm not sure. I know you told us where you're in Ventura. Yeah, so if I was in Ventura, I'd look out for some cookies from Tracy. Okay, so number 7 was Scrivener.com, free tool. Number 8, kind of related. I have a program called getprobate.cash. I actually kind of put it on hiatus because I really want to be in the selling the coaching business, but I do want to be in the helping real estate agents get listings business. So if you go to the Facebook group, Get Probate Cash, there's a tool on how to use advances. So oftentimes you get customers who will say, well, shopping for attorneys. What that usually means is they go to attorney 1 who asks them for a deposit of $5,000. They go to attorney 2 who asks them for $3,000. They go to attorney 3 who says nothing in advance. Maybe he's sharp and knows how to do it for free, or she, or maybe they're stupid and don't know that they're going to be in trouble financially doing that. And so not in trouble legally, but it just doesn't pencil out for them. Advancing money is a way that an estate can get money and pay the attorney's fees, pay the filing fees, pay the publication fees in advance. And so that's a tool you want to learn about. If you go to my Facebook group, Get Probate Cash, or go to getprobate.cash.com, sign up. You'll get a video of the past episode, as well as a link to the Facebook group. But I think it's a powerful tool that you can use for free to help attorneys get more business, help them close more contracts and get more people signed up with them. Okay, that's number 8. Number 9, free tools, is trustandwill.com. Now, the reason I have them in here is 2 things. One, having gone to probate court every day for years, I really believe that everybody who owns a house or has kids should be required to have an estate plan. Required. I mean, I don't want to make it a law because I'm a libertarian at heart, but it's kind of like if you don't, you're just not being responsible because you're leaving legal problems and financial problems and emotional problems for other people to clean up. So I really believe strongly as a real estate agent, we uniquely have access to that because when we're talking to somebody who owns a property, we can see public records. Do they own title in the name of a trust or they own it in their own names? If they own it in their own names, odds are they don't have an estate plan. And most of us as realtors can check public records of our clients or prospective clients or buyers we're working with. We can say, hey, Mary, I see we're getting ready to make an offer in this house. I'm curious, if we buy the house, are you going to buy it as Mary and Bob Smith, or are you going to buy it in the name of your trust? And they might say, well, we're going to do it in the name of our trust. Okay, good. You might say, well, what's a trust? Why do I care? Well, one reason why you want to do it when you buy the house is now that deed is an insured transaction of them having title in the trust. If they close on their own name and a week later deed it into the trust, which you can do, they just don't get the benefit of the title insurance covering that deed. So if there's later a challenge, it's an uninsured deed. The title company may or may not accept it. They may need a trust cert. They may or may not nitpick the trust cert when they get it. But if you do it right the first time, and so one thing you might think about for those you buyer's agents looking for in a value proposition, you might offer a free estate plan, and there's different levels, a gold plan, a silver plan, a bronze plan. I might offer a free bronze plan that might cost $500-$600. And say my local attorney, offers a silver plan that costs extra, a gold plan that costs extra, but at least we'll get you set up with a basic trust set up to take title for this transaction. As one way you might create extra value with your client and reimburse them at the close of escrow or pay for it at the close of escrow. But it's important, I think, that people have that. And literally, there are real estate agents who are watching this call who've been in business 5, 10 years or more, who have a list of past clients, who you could do nothing but all day call your past clients and say, I'm just curious. Do you have a trust? You put a plan together? Do you know how important it is? You own a house? Let me introduce you to my attorney who can help you with it. And there are attorneys who love those phone calls. I've interviewed a bunch of them on this channel. You could just do that 2 or 3 hours a day and transform your business. Trustandwill.com is a low-cost alternative. So you might say, okay, I'll pay for that, but you might want a more personalized plan. Let me have you talk to Bob Smith, the attorney. And Bob Smith might say, hey, for $3,000, $5,000, these are the other things you need that I can do for you. And that customer can choose which one they want to do. Trustandwill.com also has great content on their website about the importance and value of estate plans and different terminologies. So again, for those of you real estate agents who say, oh, I don't know what content to put on my website, I don't know what content to put on my YouTube channel, you could take trustandwill.com's content, summarize it, and make a post out of it. And you could have, you could do one of those a week the rest of your career. They have a fantastic blog and website with information, trustandwill.com. And I interview them on my YouTube channel as well. Number 10, networking riches. So networking, at the end of the day, there's two ways you're going to get business, from people you know or people that you don't know, that once you know them, now you know them, right? There's the 100, 200, 500 people you know already, know, like, and trust you. And these are the 7 billion that you have to know and like and trust to get them to people that you know in your database. Networking Riches is the program I use to really launch my networking activities, to get everybody know into a database, to start reaching out to them using social media, email, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, launch my YouTube channel. And it's a free program. It's actually going on today, yesterday and today. He does about once a month. Casey Eberhard is the coach. And so I'll put the link in the channel in this call today. Just know that it's already passed. You can't really do it for the month of May because it's actually, I think, finishing up here as we speak. But you go sign up, and then you'll be automatically signed up for the June event. So this is actually referral. It's free. It's a 2-day event that's free online. And then, of course, you can upgrade and choose to get into his coaching program and all that. But that's a free link to his 2-day event that I think is definitely worthwhile. I've taken it 3 or 4 times. I check in there almost every month that he offers it because these are fundamentals we have to work on all the time. So the concepts of getting ready into a database, reaching out to them regularly, this is why I launched my YouTube channel. When I started with Casey about 3 years ago, I was going to court every day, COVID hit, and I couldn't do my main marketing technique. And he challenged us on the call. He said, everybody should have a YouTube channel. It should be educational, generate leads for you. And to get started, record something every day for 30 days. Now, I don't know if you know this, I'm kind of shy. I had not really done anything at that point. But by doing it every day, by committing to the group to do it, I felt like I had to do it. I want to be held accountable. I want to be successful. I want to help other people. And so to be part of the group, I actually did it every day for 30 days. And after 30 days, it was just natural. It was easy. And I learned a lot just by doing it. And it was wrong, and deleted it and doing it again and doing it again and doing it again. So Networking Riches is all about getting into action. It's not an edutainment program. It's really about getting into action with a network of like-minded people and a coach who can lead the way. Casey's a fantastic coach. The program is fantastic. The community is fantastic. Can't recommend that enough. And it's free. Number 12, I'm going to give you, if you don't have already an email program, highly recommend MailChimp. Now, I often ask real estate agents, how do you mail out to your clients every week? And most don't. And one of the things I believe is you should be in contact with everybody that you know, like, and trust, and knows, likes, and trusts you, that you have their email address on, permission to email them, something about real estate every week. And I've given you several different sources of content, trustandwill.com, jetsurety.com, my website, the Facebook group, Probate Weekly, all those places you can find an idea and then make that idea yours and send it out to your database. MailChimp is the machine, the tool that you put all the email addresses in, you put the content in and send it out to everybody. And you can repurpose it by posting it on your social media as well. This link here is a free trial. It's free, I think, to 500 contacts, and then up to 1,000 with a credit card, 500 without a credit card, something like that. And they change from time to time. But it's a free trial or a discount to help you get started. So if you don't have an email program, now if you have one, use it. If you have a KV Core, or you have a program with your company, use it. If you don't have one, download everything from Google Contacts, put them in here. Download from your iPhone, put them in here. And then send something to everybody once a week. I started this years ago. And this is what I use to drive my business to this day, is MailChimp. So there's the link. And again, if you've missed these links, we'll send out in the following email afterwards. Okay. How are we doing here? The last thing I would say is local events. Two sources I use for that are Eventbrite and Meetup. I look for local real estate events. Many of them are free to go to. Some are online, some are local. But by meeting people, networking, it's free. And if you identify yourself as a probate real estate agent, you're going to be the only one. I've been the only one in every call I've ever done. Other than probate content events, when I go to a real estate investor event, I'm the only probate real estate agent. Now, there are plenty of agents that say that they do first-time home buyers, investors, apartment buildings, bridges, office buildings, warehouses, and probate, and distressed, and this. I'm not talking about that. I'm the only person I've ever seen at a call I've been on that said, I am a probate real estate expert. I help people buy and sell probate real estate. You can do the same thing, certainly in your market area. You can do it in LA for all I care. I'm not scared of the competition. But if you're not in LA, for sure you should do it in your area. Go to local events. Look at Eventbrite, look at Meetup. Those are places I found people. You look for topics of real estate investing, probate, real estate agents, and estate planning. To local events here in LA, you can go to the Los Angeles County Real Estate Investors Club, LAREIC.com. And actually here local is 4:45. It starts at 6:30. So if you're going to, I'm actually going to be there. I go there every month. It's one event I go to every single month. I'm a vendor there, which means I pay money to have a table and greet people and say hi. There are about 200 people, 250 that will come through there. So it's a high octane lead generation event where in a couple hours, I'll meet usually about 10, 11 people in about 3 hours. There's no prospecting. I know where I'll meet 3 prospects like that in that time period. Come for free. Come up and say hi if you're going to be there. It's in West LA area, Rancho Park, at the Iman Center. In fact, to tell you how committed I am, I'm a religious Jew. I wear a kippah. I don't know if you can see that. And it's a Muslim center. So it's not a place I would normally go. They're nice to me. I've never had a problem. But my point is, I don't go out to events. I don't go out after 5 o'clock. You know, I'm 65 years old. I work hard during the day. I work hard so I don't have to go out at night. This is the one event I go to at night because there's so many people there, so many good people there. Vendors are there, about 50 vendors. And there's a good speaker every month. This month's Deborah Razzo and the Women's Real Estate Network is the speakers tonight. So if you're there, and then if you're in the LA area on the first Friday of the month in Diamond Bar, actually Walnut, I host an event, Agents Helping Agents. Is at the Walnut Realtors Association on Fairway. We do that the first Friday of the month, 9 to 12. We call it Agents Helping Agents. You have to sign up for that to be there, to register. But we get about 25, 30 agents every month and a topic. This coming month, we're going to do a YouTube channel mastermind with Ben P., who's a great young real estate agent who's built a great YouTube channel, and free on how to build a YouTube channel for real estate agents. So that's Agents Helping Agents. That's a free local event. Okay, I've done a lot of talking. That was the goal here tonight. But I've given you, I believe, 12 free tools, any one of which, I think you could use to transform your business, or 2 or 3 even more so. Tracy, it was last night in Ventura. Yeah, it is the second Wednesday of the month in Ventura County, the second Thursday of the month in LA, which this month turns out to be the next day. And you hung out with the wonderful Ren ladies. Yeah, they're really some, I'm not really into the whole girl power thing. That said, I'm married. I have a daughter, a very, very high power young woman in career and business. I'm all for women in success. I'm just saying I don't normally hang out with that group for obvious reasons. But these are some great women, very successful, very high powered. And definitely, if you're a woman in particular, come tonight's event, meet Deborah Razzo and her group. Definitely worth hanging out to see. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Tracy. I have what's called toxic masculinity. So I have to be careful. I have to tone it down a bit so I don't scare anybody. That's kind of who I am. Okay, I gave you 12 tools, free, every one of them. Any 1 or 2 you could build your whole business on if you just do the work. When I started this talk, I said to you, I asked for permission to be real. Okay? There's nobody here who can't dramatically increase their business today. There's nobody here who can't get into action and actually do things that if you sat down and looked at that list of tools and wrote out a business plan for an hour or two a day, or 3 hours a day better, 4 hours a day even better, of implementing those tools, just did that work, your business would transform in 90 days. You would have your best year ever, even though we're in May, your best year ever if you just did that. These are the exact things that I'm using, a mix of these exact same tools. Maybe different than you. I'm in a different place than you are, maybe. My point is, this is real. I'm not selling any of this. I'm not promoting it for any ulterior reason other than I know if you do this, this will work. Now, the key is in the implementation. The key is pushing through when it's hard. The key is pushing through when it hurts, when people don't pick you, they pick somebody else, the deal falls through, you're at your last nickel. I've been there numerous times. So that's what I'm here for. Call me, text me, email me. Come on the Tuesday Probate Mastery call. Tell me you started one of these tools that's not working for you, or you need help, or how to be more effective with it. That's what I'm here and offering to you for free to do. So that's what I have prepared. We have about 5-10 minutes left. Any other questions other than I know that the one question you all have refrained from asking is Tracy Cheney for her cookie recipe, but we're not going to ask her that. That'd be embarrassing or proprietary for her to give out. But if you're watching live, I see people on YouTube. We don't have it on Facebook because we're not streaming it to the probate group this time. Facebook has stopped allowing us to stream through StreamYard into a group automatically. So we have to figure out some new technology to get those people back on board. But any other questions? Where is the agents helping agents meeting again? Great question. Let me put the link into the chat. So agents helping agents, live event in Diamond Bar. Do we have the new promo material up? Let's see. Yes. Oh, good. We got the new graphic up. So I'll put in the comment section, which you should get, Tracy, the link to the Eventbrite. And then for the rest of you, if you just text or email me if you're interested in the agents helping agents. In fact, let me give you guys a link that if you want to get in touch with, if you want to see the things that I'm doing, the easiest place to find me is my link tree, and all the different programs I run, things I even talked about today are there. So I will put up that banner. Link. I use a link tree for different links. And one of the links, if you scroll down, is agents helping agents. But you'll see some of the other tools. I don't really talk about all the tools that I do have. I talk about the ones I think are most easily discussed on a format like this, but I have some other tools as well. And then again, if you have questions on any of this, come on the Tuesday call. It's more of a give and take live Zoom format. We used to do Zoom here. And because it's my business, what I found was I was getting less and less interaction and more just kind of watching because I was doing interviews. And so we moved from a Zoom format to what's called StreamYard, so I can simultaneously stream it to YouTube and other places, but it's a little higher quality video. So since more of this call is watched on replay, we get a little higher quality video where we don't get the same interaction that we do on a Zoom call. But the Tuesday call, Probate Mastery, that is a Zoom call and live. I'd love to answer any questions on anybody who's engaged in building their probate business and sharing good practices and good tips. So Tracy, thank you for the question. Hopefully you got that link. And then if not, you can see it on my link tree, scroll down below. Other questions besides, does Tracy offer chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin? Besides that question, that's my question. You can tell I haven't had dinner yet. Any other questions? We'll give it like one more minute. Can you guys have any? Really appreciate you guys being on the call today. Hopefully this is helpful. I think we'll wrap up. I don't see any other questions. I think we'll wrap up here. This is Bill Gross. I do this call. This is probateweekly.com. You can sign up to get reminded, come in live on our live stream on probateweekly.com. I want to take the banner off there. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm at Bill Gross Probate on social media. Go look at past episodes at episodes.probateweekly.com. You'll see our past episodes. And I really appreciate your guys' support. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Wow, just really excited. Brian, appreciate the support. And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much.